Hey, good evening, everyone. At this time, I want to call our regular monthly board meeting to order. And at this time, Mike, would you lead us in a quick prayer, please?
Dear Lord, thank you for the gathering of these young men and young ladies for their accomplishments throughout this year. Not only just in sports, but in their life as they gain things from what they have accomplished. Be with us, protect us, and keep us all safe. I ask all this in Jesus' holy name. Amen.
At this time, would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, at this time, well, gosh, the scenery's a lot better now from what we looked at earlier, isn't it? I mean, we got students out here now. I was going to try to skip your comments and get to these kids, but I guess we're going to let the superintendent make a few comments, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Cook. I want to start by welcoming Brian Sterritt from Brooks Pierce, who's our attorney tonight. Elizabeth Troutman and Jill Wilson cannot be here tonight. I want to just take a moment and mention some things about our local budget. Our local budget for the 22-23 school year was approved by our county commissioners on June 20. I want to make a note that everything we requested was approved by the commissioners and funded. Our current expense request, which is one side of the house, we asked for $828,000 in terms of an increase, and we received that. And what's equally important is on that part of our budget, we have current expense and we have capital outlay. Since the end of the 13-14 school year, our current expense funding has been increased by $5,160,974. Equally important is we have averaged per year for 9 years now an increase of $573,441. When you look at the math, that is an increase from $545,000 last year. We added a year to the divisor, but our average per year still went up. So I want to say a big thank you to our commissioners and to our board, because this doesn't happen by chance. It happens by a lot of conversations throughout the year with board members, with commissioners, and with staff providing information. Another item that maybe the public doesn't realize is we have a special capital outlay funding source. It's our third source. We have regular capital outlay, special capital outlay, and current expense. This special capital outlay fund did not exist in 13-14. 14-15 it hit the radar for the first time, and it started at $250,000 recurring every year. Our commissioners increased the amount that we received last year by $100,000. So for the 22-23 school year, this amount of money will be $950,000. So that was it's almost $1 million we gained that we didn't have in 13-14. And it's done a lot of things to replace roofs, windows. We've addressed 3 high school stadiums. We have wood bleachers do not exist in our high school stadiums anymore. We've addressed stadium lighting throughout the school system. So very excited about that increase and that recurring $950,000. The last pot of money we received is capital outlay, which is regular capital outlay based on the number of students, and it did increase by $15,099 this year compared to last year. So there's another $2,174,170 from our commissioners. I just want to take a moment and thank the commissioners, Mr. Darrell Fry, Mr. David Allen, Ms. Hope Haywood, Mr. Maxton McDowell, Mr. Kenny Kidd, for their continued support of our school system. And I also want to thank our board members, Mr. Gary Cook, Mr. Brian Biggs, Ms. Sharon Farlow, Mr. Fred Burgess, Mr. Tracy Bowles, Mr. Todd Cutler, and Mr. Mike Sink. You know, when I get asked questions about what I think about being a superintendent, I'll tell you one thing that was on my mind was being able to come somewhere where commissioners and board members could sit in the room like they do in January in our work session. Our budget starts in January. we have a meeting in here where the commissioners and the board members sit among each other and have conversation about what we're gonna ask for officially in May. And I think it makes a difference, and I appreciate your attendance at those meetings and your efforts, because the budget doesn't happen just because of formal meetings. It happens with conversations throughout the year. So thank you, and I'm very proud of our budget, and obviously things are increasing in terms of cost, but you know, what would we be doing without that $950,000 we get every year? Where would we be? And that has a lot to do with this board and your relationships with our commissioners, so thank you. That concludes my comments.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. At this, that wasn't me, was it? That could be a curveball here, I'm thinking. I didn't have. This time I need the approval, ask for approval of minutes, need a motion for June 20, 2022 and June 29, 2022.
So moved.
You have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. All right, at this time, we're gonna move on to the highlight of the night, the recognitions, and we have, I think the most since I've been on this board, is people at the state champions and all that. It's pretty cool. I mean, hey, when we get finished with, I know we take pictures after each thing, but some of us were talking earlier that, you know, you're probably not gonna have this many champions in a room. They never have again. That's pretty cool. So what if we, when it's all said and done, get everybody up here recognized, and maybe the board members just get a group picture with them? Let's do that.
Okay.
Be kind of cool to put out there.
Mr. Cook, before Tim starts, from late June of '21 until now, we've had 14 state champions, which is almost unheard of for a school system. One individual state champion, and the number of runner-ups and people who play some track and wrestling, which is top 4, is
And I mean, runner-ups too. I want you guys to come up on me too, where we get to stop.
It has been
It's
a
kind of
great
good
year.
night.
It has been a great year, and I want to say a big thank you to our parents, because keeping athletics alive was very difficult, and our principals and teachers, it was very difficult during what we went through the last 20 months, but we're better off for it. We're better off for it with athletics going, so go ahead, Tim.
Thank you, Dr. Gainey, and thank you, Mr. Cook, and all our board members. Welcome, and also to our guests this evening. And it is unusual in the summer months to have 5 recognitions at a board meeting. We typically don't have that, so this is an honor tonight. And because we're in the middle of summer, of course, not everyone who's being recognized was able to be here this evening, but we will call out all the names. And we're going to begin with one of our state championship teams, and that's the Wheatmore High School women's soccer team. The Wheatmore High School women's soccer team completed an undefeated season and won the North Carolina High School Athletic Association 2A state championship against Clinton High School on June 3rd at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary. The Warriors finished the season with a perfect 25-0 record, set a state record with 195 goals, and won every game in the regular season by at least a 4-goal margin. So at this time, we would like to introduce the coaches and players. We're going to present a Pride and RCSS certificate to the head coach, and then we'll recognize each coach and player. So coaches and players, as I call your name, if you would please come forward and remain at the front until everyone has come forward so that we may get a team photo. And as the team members' names are called, anyone here in support of the team members are welcome to stand. So we will begin with head coach Rick Manus.
And then the team, we'll do a team after that. And then I'll do a team.
Coach. Come over here with us.
Assistant coach Amber Poplin. And now for our players. Victoria Lowe. Michelle Garcia. Rachel Pierce. Kara Comer. Ellie Garrison. Natalie Bowman. Ryan Perry. Shay Driggers. Haley Vasquez. Maggie Mesner. Isabella Ringley. Summer Bowman. Kylie Biggs. Ashley Swaney. Michaela Walls. And Aaliyah Jacobs. So what we'll do is Ms. Fowler will come and do a group photo, and then if anybody else wants to take photos, we'll give you an opportunity to do that. You okay? Anybody else want to do a photo? Hi. Congratulations and well done. All right. Next up, we're going to stay in the realm of athletics, but this time it's going to be an individual honor. Connor Carter of Eastern Randolph High School finished in second place at the North Carolina High School Athletic Association 1A Men's State Golf Championship at Longleaf Golf and Family Club in Southern Pines on May 10th. Connor shot a 154 over 2 rounds to finish as the state runner-up ahead of 82 other golfers. He advanced to the state championships after finishing in second place in the Midwest Regional on May 3rd at Corbin Hills Golf Club in Salisbury. This season, Connor also earned Player of the Year honors in the Piedmont Athletic Conference and finished in first place in the conference tournament. So at this time, Connor Carter, if you would, please come forward to receive a Pride in RCS certificate. And anyone here in support of Carter is welcome to stand. Congratulations. Okay, another individual athletic recognition, and this one also is for an Eastern Randolph High School athlete. Brecken Snowley of Eastern Randolph High School finished in third place in the women's 1,600 meter run at the North Carolina High School Athletic Association 1A Track and Field State Championships on May 21st at North Carolina A&T State University. In addition to finishing third in the state in the women's 1,600 meter run, Brecken finished seventh in the state in the women's 3,200 meter run. She advanced to the state championships by finishing in second place in the women's 1,600 meter run and the women's 3,200 meter run at the Midwest Regional on May 13th at Davie County High School. So at this time, Brecken Snowley, if you would, please come forward. And anyone here Okay, we're going to move away from athletics for a moment and circle into some academic accomplishments. A special award for Ashley Cheek. She's a 5th grade teacher at Hopewell Elementary School. She was selected as the Outstanding Elementary Math Teacher of the Year from the Randolph County School System. Each year, the North Carolina Council of Teachers of Mathematics and the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction recognize outstanding math teachers in our schools. The NCCTM and DPI recognize and reward those teachers who make mathematics exciting, nurture their students' enthusiasm in mathematics, motivate students to excel in mathematics, and enhance everyday classroom experiences. The award alternates between secondary teachers and elementary teachers on an annual basis, and this year's award was given to one teacher in our school system from grades K through 5. Elementary schools were asked to nominate one teacher who excels in the motivation and encouragement of mathematics success among his or her students. Due to her receipt of this award, Ms. Cheek will receive a 1-year membership to the NCCTM, a personalized award and recognition at the NCCTM State Math Conference in Greensboro this fall. In addition, her name will appear in the fall 2022 issue of the NCCTM journal, The Centroid. Furthermore, her name will be listed on the NCCTM website. So at this time, Ashley Cheek, if you would please come forward to receive your certificate.
Hey, Ms. Cheek, could you, I've been thinking, outstanding math teacher, our superintendent's a pretty good math guy. You got a question for him, let's see if he can you stub our superintendent?
I don't know, I gotta think of one.
Okay. Maybe
He's
we
a
better
pretty good
not
math
do
student.
it.
He is a pretty good math student. We've had some math discussions. He's a pretty good math student.
Congratulations. Okay, and to close things out, we're going to move back to athletics for just a moment, and we're going to congratulate the Randleman High School 2022 baseball team for winning the North Carolina High School Athletic Association 2A state championship on June 4th. The Tigers won the first 2 games of a best-of-3 series against Whitefield at Burlington Athletic Stadium to capture the title. It is the Tiger baseball team's 2nd consecutive state championship and 3rd overall. The state championship for the Tigers culminates a season in which they compiled a 33-1 record, and I love this statistic, outscored their postseason opponents by a collective score of 96-5. At this time, we would like to introduce the coaches and players. As we did with Wheatmore, we will present a Pride in RCS certificate to the head coach, and then we'll recognize each coach and player. And coaches and players, as I call your name, please come forward. Remain at the front until everyone has come forward so that we may get a team photo. So we will begin with head coach Jake Smith. Assistant coach Barrett Davis. Assistant coach Jonathan Small. Assistant coach Matt White. Assistant coach Mark Lee. And now for the players. Hunter Atkins. Caden Ethier. Braylon Hayes. Brooks Brannon. Seth Way, Sean Miller, Drake Purvis, Caleb Dunn, Kai Strickland, Riley Edwards, Austin Lemons, Carter Catlett, Trey Wade, Bryson Sweat, Isaac Yates, Bryson Poe, Ryan White, Braxton Walker, Gus Shelton, and Alberto Lugo. We're going to see if we can squeeze you guys together so Ms. Fowler can get a photo, and then we'll get some other folks a chance to get photos.
Like I was on the back road.
Let's stay up.
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Stay up there for a second. We move the girls up here. Everybody do a photo. All right. The girls come up here. You got the golf cart. Everybody
Girls taking
girls taking me here. How about that? Put them all together. Well, we were gonna get in, but we're not, it's not enough room. Put all of them together. That's a good looking group, isn't it? Let's get in it, guys. Come on, we may never have this chance. For your head to be, you want to see it do, look, you want to see it do a group like this.
I'm so
Congratulations, everybody. And that concludes our
I appreciate it, thank you. I've been meeting y'all as freshmen. And Ryan White too.
Big's got Coach Steve Chief.
Coach Maynard. Sir.
Can I get you something to drink?
I need to speak to them out there, ladies. You speak to them when everybody leaves. All right. Okay, we're gonna move on to public comments now. And we have two people signed up tonight. First up is Kurt Melvin.
Good afternoon. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to review my letter from last week or last month. I disagree with the decision that was made, but that's why we live in this country. I was approached by a parent, it was actually Independence Day, about a book that was assigned at Random High School for 9th grade English. I think it was an honors class. The book is called Dear Martin. Dear Martin. And it's by Nick Stone, I believe is her name. And
What's your name?
Nick, N-I-C. So I encourage the parent to come out here and speak to you guys, so I'll let her tell her story, but I read the book, took me 2 days to read it. It wasn't very good literature. The whole plot of the book was these two black kids, they're riding down the road listening to loud music, and a white off-duty cop just shoots them for no reason, and then gets away with murder. It's littered with swear words. I think it's divisive, in my personal opinion, and I don't think it's what I want my children to have to contend with when we say the Pledge of Allegiance and we say indivisible. We're kind of going against that when we put a book out there like that divides our kids based on what they look like. I just don't think there's a place for that in public education. I'm not against banning books. If they want to go to the public library and get the thing, go for it. But
Mr. Melvin, I'm sorry, what school did you say again? At what
Random
grade?
High.
Random High in 9th grade?
The 9th grade?
Yeah, so I don't know if it was the teacher that assigned it, if it was the school, if it was the district.
Okay.
Wouldn't have been a district.
Don't worry, I have the book.
Okay, all right.
And she showed me letters and stuff between her and the principal. I don't know if you guys get copied on those. Might be a good idea for you guys to get copied on stuff like that in the future. I'm not trying to, beat on anyone. I'm just trying to be constructive here and help the community. So, appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Loretta Atkins. 18. you doing?
How y'all doing? Yeah, I'm here in regards to the book, the Bill Martin book. My son was required to read this for the 9th grade honors class. And I got no forewarning about this book. And I usually read everything that my child reads. I have 2 children, one is upcoming 11th grader and one is upcoming 7th grader, both in Random. And when I opened up this book and started reading it, I was floored that this was required reading in our school and very disappointed, of which I expressed to the principal, and I have his return letter, that he encourages this book. And I don't cuss, but there's words, starting on the first page is 3, page 4 is the very first cuss words. Damn, the B word, F-U is in here. He's talking about popping somebody's cherry. I mean, it is just, the F word's in here numerous times. And like I said, I was just flabbergasted that he was required to read this and that I had no heads up on it.
Did he have any alternative reading? I know I'm taking her time a little bit.
Um,
Sorry.
I don't know. I think the whole class was reading this book.
Yeah, I don't like the book myself, I read what you're saying, but yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, but.
Well, I'm leaving it with you. I was so upset over this book that I started marking it. I mean, it's cuss words. You're gonna see it all throughout here where I've marked it. And I said, it will not return back to that school. What do I owe you for it? In fact, I want to buy every book in that school because I felt like it needed to come out of there. He would not allow me to do that. But he did let me buy this one because I refused to return it. And I didn't want him to be punished for not having a return book. It cost me $11. I'd pay $1,000 to get them all out there. And I said, do you allow your students to speak this way? No, ma'am, we sure don't. I said, then why in the world are you allowed to read such garbage and put that in their minds? I'm not foolish to know that our kids don't speak that way, but I'm going to tell you right now, if my kid spoke like this, his mouth would be washed out with soap. Because I do not tolerate that. I don't speak that way. My husband doesn't speak that way, and I'm going to tell you, he'd get a tail whooping. Even to be as old as he is, I just would not tolerate it. And it is true, it is about a white cop who shot 2 kids. I couldn't even get through the book. Because like I said, I was just so disgusted over it. And I did bring, I know my time's running out, but I brought the letter, and here's copies if you guys want it, from the school, of where he felt like it was appropriate material. I had to do a report, a request for it to be reviewed or something. So they reviewed it, and here at the end it says, the team unanimously agreed to keep Dr. Martin and found that it to be a teachable book that has the potential of having strong appeal for high school students. Sorry, can I finish the last sentence?
Go ahead.
They declare, I apologize, I've never done this before, and I'm doing it.
You're fine.
They declare that the book has tremendous potential of providing insight into current issues and that it correlates well with standards to be taught within the high school English curriculum. I told him I was super disappointed. I went to Random, I grew up in Random, I love Random. And to have this in our school and to be required, no, I don't agree with that. He told me I was supposed to get a summary at the beginning of the year of what every book was that they have to read. I did not get that summary, and then when I finally did get the summary, it said it had some mild language in it. I'm sorry, when you're using God's name in vain and you're saying F you and this, that, and other, that's not mild language. She misrepresented the book. If I had read that as a parent, I would have thought not too bad, you know, because you do hear the S word and the D word once in a while, but this is not mild language, and not in my opinion. My daughter, when she gets to 9th grade, if she's required to read this, she'll get a 0. I would not allow her to read this garbage, and I felt like it was garbage. If you guys want the letter, I'll be glad to give it to you. I made a few copies. I didn't know how many people are here, but this is from the school system, how he approved this book.
You just give me the hearing.
Yeah.
Just
I
have
didn't
it.
know if I was
Just bring it
allowed
up here
to or
and
not.
I'll make sure.
Okay, well, this is the original, and I don't need it anymore. That's his.
Thank you for bringing it to our.
And like I said, I couldn't believe it.
Thank you.
And
See,
he supposedly reached out to other schools and said all the schools, all of Randolph County schools, he says, has his book. That's what he told me, Mr. Hamilton. Oh, you can have the book, like I
But
said,
I
I'll
don't
pay
want
a,
it. I don't want to give it back to you before you leave.
no, I don't want it. Like I said, I was gonna burn it, and I've been praying for 2 years, how could I bring this to your attention? I had no idea if I could come here or what I could do, and so whenever he and I were speaking, I said, I feel like it was meant to be. Because I'm sure all y'all don't know that mess is in our school, for surely. And I asked him, I said, would you want your kid reading that? No, he don't really want his kid reading it, but yet he wants my kid to read it. No. But you can pass it around. I've highlighted some of it in there, and I'm not exaggerating.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming out
I
tonight.
appreciate your time, and I'm
You're
sorry I
quite
went over.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Now, I will
Hey,
say
can
one
I
thing.
ask one question? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
If y'all discuss that, do I get a response back? Like I said, I've never done this, I don't know. Do you ever reach out and say what, if something happens or don't happen, or this is just it?
Yeah, well, you can always reach out an email and copy all the school board members and superintendent in it on it and get a response. But, you know, we do appreciate parents bringing things to our attention, because we don't read every book that's in the library. We have to be sometime, thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I thank you for giving me time to speak about it.
Okay, this time I need a motion to adopt the meeting agenda.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed? All right, we'll move on to information items with Dr. Gainey.
Board members, I'm going to cover both my item and Todd Lowe's. Todd's not with us tonight. First item I have is a gift to Wheatmore Middle School. On June 22, Bruce Carroll, principal of Wheatmore Middle School, sent me a email regarding an anonymous owner's gift in the amount of $500 for his school's basketball program. I accepted the gift on June 27. The email is attached for your reference, and it is a information item tonight due to being $5,000 or less per board policy 8220. The next item I'd like to share pertains to Todd's monthly contract reporting. On his memo, you will see several contracts that have been written in the last month or we've engaged in as a school system that were more than $50,000 but did not require board approval. And per board policy 6420, we do report those to you. The first three are both service contracts, gaggle.net, $73,625. Communications Access Partners, $86,600, and McNeely Pest Control, $51,120. The next items are Rents Eaton Oil for diesel fuel and gasoline, $125,000. That's on state contract. Snyder Fleet Solutions, $75,000, again, a state contract. Then we have three that are construction with, or actually two are construction. Gallagher Management Group, roof replacement, $111,374. And then same company, roof replacement, one was at Trendale, one is at Southeastern Randolph Middle School, $11,374. Then back to Gregory Pool Equipment Company, $60,000 state contract. Carolina Thomas, state contract, $60,000. White's International Trucks, state contract. All that is bus parts. And then East Coast Tires, state contract, fleet vehicle tires and tubes, $60,000. And back up at the top, you had the Rents Eaton Oil and Snyder Fleet Solutions were also dealing with bus issues and bus materials, diesel gas and bus tires. So I bring those to you tonight. Obviously, every month we have a lot of activity in this area, but Todd couldn't be with us tonight.
The diesel fuel contract, how often is that amount throughout the years?
That's an open PO, if I'm remembering right. Where's Larry? You know, Mr. Cutler, I can tell you we buy, is it every 3 days, 7,400 gallons of gas, is that correct? Every 3 days when we're when we're moving throughout the year. So we drive 10,000 miles a day. So.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this Rents.
Yeah, it was on there. It's been on there. I've seen it on there before. It's
Okay.
it's on state contract.
Okay.
So it's I've seen, I can't tell you when, I've seen rents, if my memory is correct, on this list of the,
Is it always above 150? Is it always above 50,000 though? On some,
I typically could be, but with it being on state contract, we don't have to do any bidding or anything like that. I'd have to look back and see what the last amounts were. But the thing with our board policy 6420 is a matter of transparency. Anything that is a service or a equipment, materials, equipment, supplies, services, anything when it goes 90 or more, we have to do the formal process and get your approval. For construction, when it hits $500,000 for our board policy, we have to get your approval. This is a matter of transparency that, hey, we've got some contracts that are over 50 but did not require board approval. And that's why we bring this to you. We bring it to you monthly because if we brought it to you every other month, in fact, our policy speaks to monthly, but if we brought it to you every other month, it would be a multiple-page document. So. Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Cook.
Thank you, Dr.
Mr. Cutler,
it's 800, I was looking at that.
Beverly County in May for 200,000.
Okay, because looking at the quarterly, it was a little over 800,000.
Yeah.
For fourth quarter, okay.
Need a motion to approve the consent items.
Motion.
To approve the consent, okay. Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Uh,
Opposed, motion carries. Okay.
They don't have any action on it.
No. So we're gonna move on to need a motion, right? For closed session.
This time I move that the Randolph County Board of Education will enter into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute to preserve the attorney-client privilege to discuss confidential personnel matters protected by North Carolina General Statute, attorney-client General Statute, and discuss confidential student matters if needed protected by FERPA.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, we're now in closed session. Thank you for Okay, we need a motion to approve the certified personnel report.
So moved. Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye. We need a motion opposed. All right, we need a motion to approve the classified personnel report.
So moved.
All those in, you seconded, right? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We need a motion to approve the administrative appointments.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed?
We didn't have any opposed on the first motion.
No,
That was just saying,
it
okay,
was
I
just-
got you.
yeah,
Okay,
Just ask for
all right. So we did the administrative appointments?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
it. Unanimous.
We need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.